Oh, danger, danger, danger. Oh, incredible. What do you see here? This here, Gor-Rok, the great white lizard. He's one of the most dangerous creatures and predators in all of Lustira. One snap from him, one swing from his mace, and I'm dead. I want to go arm wrestle him. I wouldn't advise ever arm wrestling the most dangerous Lizardmen in all of Lustira, Gor-Rok, the great white lizard. He is insane. Gor-Rok is one of the most interesting characters to me. He's the great white lizard, pretty much just like the white dwarf for Lizardmen, and he's been around for a long time. He's ancient, and he starts with Lord Croak, so he's able to be very powerful in his early game and just snowball in even more. So hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Remember, as always, to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more deep dives like this. And let's go on into what makes Gor-Rok, the great white lizard, so great. Yes, very well, Gor-Rok. Now, this here is Gor-Rok, the great white lizard. Now, you see it? You get it? Because he's white. I'll shut up now. Anyway, so Gor-Rok, he starts with a very sizable army here, with some nice source warriors, spears, and mace, and he has a Basilodon with a revivification crystal, which is really good. He also starts with Lord Croak, which is insane. Like I said before, he has a special right that gives barrier hit points to all units, all source units in battle, and also he has barrier hit points whenever all units are defending. He is a tank. He's a very tanky character, and he can draw out enemy lords, and he's really good at sniping them once he gets his mace. His lord effects, he increases his mass for his units, plus 15%, and his missile resist, which is really, really handy, because Lizardmen, as we all know, lack a lot of missile units, which is kind of one of their drawbacks with their speed and lack of missile units. But with Gor-Rok's barrier and all of that on top of his insanely armored units, he just does so well, and that's no wonder why he's a top Lizardman pick, no matter what Lizardman player you are. Gor-Rok, I guarantee you, will be in one of your top spots. So let's get into his campaign. Yeah, we shall purge the world, all of the unclean demonic filth. Sorry, I'm a big Lizardman enjoyer, and you know, seeing all these demons infesting the heart of Lustira just gets me really hot under the helmet, if you get what I mean. So anyway, so this is where we start. We start right here at his capital, Itza. The map is gorgeous right now. I love the whole, like, Warhammer 3 map for Lustira. It really is gorgeous. We have the Nurgle forces down here. The I think it's what, Pallid Nurglings? Nurslings? Okay, I never knew that's what they were called. And then we have a Khornite faction called the Bloodkeepers up here. The Sacred Pools, which is a special Lizardman's magical forest, which for some reason is unpleasant to us, even though it's inhabited by Lizardmen. I think there's a special building here, but it is a magical forest that the Wood Elves will come for. So, you know, just watch out for that. And then over here we have, you know, Lizardman forces. Down here we have Tehenowin, and then over here we have, you know, Luther Harkon. Lustira is still a Thunderdome, but it's not too bad. So we start with Lord Croak. He has all of his Deliverance of Itza spells, all of his special items. He's just really, really good right now. And, you know, a lot of people will be like, well, what should we put him in the army for? Training or replenishment? I always, for Lizardmen, they suck with replenishment, so I'll always do replenish. They can get a lot of XP really fast because they kill a lot of things, but they, just like dwarves, suck with replenishment. So I usually do replenishment. Gor-Rok himself is really powerful when he starts. He does have his Rock of Itza ability, which gives him 40% physical resist, plus increases his vigor, which is really good. He's got, you know, he's got charge reflection to death. Oh, Gor-Rok is assault is unrelenting, so he gets more melee attack and leadership. He has some ward save, and pretty much every type of resistance he has a little bit of it. So he's really, really powerful. If you look at him here, he's really powerful. And his skills, you know, he just buffs himself even up more, giving himself perfect vigor, giving himself, you know, his units some more physical resistance, some defense, giving him unflinching, which gives him even better melee attack. Mighty Opponent, which gives him more melee attack, and then Great White Lizard gives him regeneration. So he's really good. For his special blessing, it's really up to you. You can do Quetzal to try to get that reduction in that armor to him, but he already has 100, so he's going to be blocking most of it. I usually personally, I either go for Texotl for the casualty replenishment, Itza for the reduction for the monsters, because again, as a Lizardman player, you'll want the monsters, or Quetzal just to get the reduction to the Source infantry, which he boosts a good amount. And then his special items, like a Shield of Aeons, gives him 60 armor and extra charge defense when he uses it, 35% resistance, which helps with his regeneration, if you guys remember, because you get some 20% weakness to fire. With this Shield of Aeons, almost completely negates it. Then he gets some more armor as well. His Mace of Umlak is a nice bonus, 50% bonus to his weapon damage, and 40 for melee attack, as well as giving him more physical resist. So he is going to be a physical resistance powerhouse, if you haven't noticed. Doesn't really do much against demons, but you know, he still does have some magic resist. And if you want to buff up his magic resist more, you could go for the Blessing of Teapot, which gives his whole army 5 more magical resist, which would be good, but it's not really necessary, because after these, you know, demon factions get rooted out, they'll rarely ever become an incursion into lustira for demons, so you don't have to really worry about that. So we'll start off with killing this Nurgle army here pretty easily. Wipe, you know, eating them, even though it's kind of hard. How do you eat demon flesh when it disintegrates? But whatever, this is Warhammer. And then our first skill point, we could either do Predatory Fighter to buff Gor-Rok up, Root Marcher, which would really help in the early game, because again, you're going to be facing some Skaven, and they're really good at running away, but you know, it's up to you. I usually go one of these two. We'll do a Predatory Fighter for now. But for Lord Croak, that's where it's going to matter. You're going to want to do Deliverance of Itza so that you reduce the Winds of Magic cost for it. That way, you can do it more. Because Deliverance of Itza, that spell is insane. It's a wide area of effect. You'll see it. You'll see it in the battles. Wide area of effect that just does so much damage to everything around it. So we'll do that, and we'll take Jatol first. It'll be pretty easy. Again, these opening turns are going to be pretty easy for Gor-Rok, and it's good for you to get your footing in, but eventually it will start to slow down. What I would recommend is getting some skinks, like a skink spawn pool. You'll have a spawn pool for your Saurus, and either get your luxury resource built up, or work on your monuments or your geomantic web. I usually go for the resource though, so I can start, you know, trading with other Lizardmen and all that. Isn't that weird that, like, the Lizardmen have, like, farms here? Isn't that kind of weird? Wouldn't they be, like... I thought they'd be just, like, harvesting it off the trees or something, because they're, like, made off the Aztecs. Anywho, for the second skill point, we'll go Root Marcher, of course, so we can get more range. And then for the units, I usually get at least 4 skink cohorts with javelins. The javelins aren't that good, but they do have 16 missile damage that is poisonous, which does help against a lot of these earlier game factions you're facing. And then I just spawn them with Saurus Warriors and a few spears. Again, you're going to get some... I think he does give some physical resist and spell resist. And of course they get some missile resist too. So that does help. So Gor-Rok's faction does help. It's more tanky of a faction, so they can take a lot more punishment than other Lizardman factions. So for that, you'll want to wait until you can get this right, because the Rite of Resilience, oh my lord, the Rite of Resilience, it is the crown jewel of all rights for the Lizardmen, especially when you're playing Gor-Rok. because his Rite of Resilience is even better. He gets plus 100 barrier points for Saurus and Temple Guard. That means every Saurus and Temple Guard will have 1,000. Sorry, I said 100. It's 1,000 barrier hit points. So they get 1,000 barrier. They get immune to contact effects, and they get expert charge defense, which pretty much negates any charge, gets them immune to any like fire or magical attack or something like that. I don't think it negates magical attacks, like going through the physical attack, physical resist. I don't think it negates that, but I do think it negates like any bonus they get. So it pretty much negates any bonuses they could get, and adds more barrier on top of it. So that's always good to have. And I think, yeah, it lasts 5 turns. So I always spam it when I can, especially when I'm going to go on a big offensive. You know, you click it, and you'll have that, and it's so good. It's so good that you'll never be left wanting. Now, always for Lizardmen, it's kind of hard, especially with all these potential enemies around you, because down here is Skaven. So I think Clan Pestilence is down here. You don't really have to worry about the dwarves and the Spine of Sotek. Or any of the Lizardmen factions for that matter. But the Skaven are going to be going against you. The demons are going to be trying to plot against you as well. So it always helps to get another, Lord. I would usually get an old blood, especially if you're vanilla, or if you have the DLCs, a Kroxagor Ancient, really good starting Lord because of their monstrous strength ability. The Saurus Old Blood is your standard Lord, whereas the Red Crested Skink Chief I don't really use as much, even though he does have, I think, he has immune to contact effects. I didn't even know that. Okay, but, that's pretty much it. And then, of course, the Lizardmen, you're going to have to wait to get the tablets, but first thing you'll probably unlock is the Tablet of Spawning, which will, increase your skinks. I would go for the Saurus one as soon as possible, just so you can buff up your Saurus, and then do the economy, and just pretty much like the simple, like the basic Lizardman tech tree progression. Other than that, last thing we're going to do is diplomacy. Try to make friends with the Lizardmen factions around you and the Spine of Sotek dwarves. Other than that, pretty much go Hail Mary on these demons and Skaven. They're going to be no match for Lord Croak. No match at all, because Lord Croak does magic damage too, which destroys the demons. So now let's go on into some army compositions. I will go fiddle around the campaign map a little bit, and I'll see you guys at a tier 1. And here we are with a tier 1. Now, early on, can't really get that good of fights, like I said. So I am trying to expedite the process too, because I am a crunch for time. So I can't play a full campaign for you guys, but I can pretty much show you what I would make in the campaign. So it should still feel authentic, even though we're going to be facing very weak enemies. But again, just bear with me, because it's just because I'm crunched for time. But in a real game, you'll be fighting more bigger enemy forces, but still these builds will work. So anyway, what we've got here is, if you've noticed, all the Saurus have a barrier now. They have 1,000 extra barrier, which gives them pretty much 1,000 extra health. They also have immune to contact effects. They have charge reflection. They have expert charge defense, which means they are really good. Actually, I don't think all of them have charge reflection. Yeah, I think just the spears do. Yeah, just the spears do. But they have expert charge defense, which means they completely negate the charge bonus. Immune to contact effects, all that stuff. We also have recruited some Feral Bastiladons and a unit of Pterodon Riders. I usually do a couple Pterodon Riders, no matter what faction I'm playing for the Lizardmen, just because they're really good for a tier 1 unit. The Fire Leech Bolas are insane. And it gives you a little bit of, aerial control, especially over Khorne, which literally has only one aerial unit, and that's the boss himself. So we're going to be doing really good against these guys. So let's get into the tier 1 battle against Khorne. Alright, here we are in the battle. We're just going to get right to it, because I already explained everything to you, all the units we have. So these Bastiladons, again, like I showed in my tactics video, are going to be used to bolster the front. I'm going to send Gor-Rok himself up front. We're going to keep Lord Croak in the back. Fire Leech Bolas are going to kind of just hover, because they're going to be able to do really good damage against the enemy, because they don't really have anything to shoot them with. So It's going to be pretty one-sided. You know, we're not going to really do, going to really take that much damage. I really don't think so. Let's see, do we have any exalted bloodlet? There they are. Let's do some damage against them. We can just sit there and do damage. That's, you know, we can just sit there and do damage, man. I swear, this is ridiculous. Corn, you need some defense against this. I mean, they technically do have a defense against it. Their other flying unit, which is their, their lord, but it's not that good of a defense against it. All right, try to close this gap here. Let's have these guys fire at the other guys. This one has to go in. Let's do Deliverance of Itza on these guys. That'll be great. You guys are about to see how this is so powerful. Boom. Ooh. Instant kills a lot of them. They're going to start disintegrating. Yeah, there they go. They're disintegrating already. Jesus. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Alright, Gor-Rok, you gotta go fight this guy. You gotta go fight him. We'll do Deliverance of Itza 1 on that one. Yeah, it's not going to be that good of a fight, that balanced of a fight, because Deliverance of Itza is very, very powerful. So we did take some casualties. Those flesh hounds did do some damage, but not a whole lot. Not a lot, I would say. We do have some Chaos Warriors over here that is going to do some damage, and they're not going to rout when they get damaged on. So when they get dunked on. Oh, there we go. Did some damage to them. Let's get the Sauruses over here. There, but these flesh hounds are definitely going to get dunked on. Gor-Rok, oh, damn it, he went into the air, didn't he? Okay, come on, Gor-Rok, get him. There we go. Flesh hounds are gone. Yeah, it's pretty much just let's corner Corn now. Let's corner him now. That's pretty much what it is. Oh, we could do another Deliverance of Itza. Let's do that. Let's rout these guys finally. Only took us about 5 minutes. Yeah, there we go. They're routing. Didn't even get to do our Deliverance Itza 1 on them. And he's gonna disintegrate. Yep, and that's it. That's all she wrote. I'll see you guys in a tier 2. Yep, I'll see you guys in a tier 2. Alright, sorry to preempt it like that, but I was pretty certain he was gonna die. It just takes a little bit to die. But yeah, that was a great pounding on Corn, so yep. Like I said before, let's go to a tier 2, ladies and gentlemen. And here we are with a tier 2. We caught Lord Skrok out in the open. Oh, my luck. I love it. So, what we brought this time is we brought 4 spears, Saurus Wars with spears, and our other Saurus are upgraded with shields. They still have the Rite of Ferocity, so, because we activated it again. so it's going to be even better. And then we have 2 Bastiladons with Vivification Crystals, 2 with Solar Engines, and then this is a weird choice, but it's a DLC choice. If y'all don't have it, the DLC, I believe this is the Ikit Claw and Dehenowin DLC. It includes the Razordon hunting packs. They have insane missile strength and insane melee strength, so they're really good to have, as well as being heavily armored and speedy. So they're good missile units. I picked them over Chameleon Skinks for Gor-Rok just because they do more damage. But if not, then Chameleon Skinks would be perfectly fine if you're rocking vanilla. But I really urge you to buy that DLC for these units, as well as Ikit Claw's DLC is insanely good for any Skaven enjoyer. So, you know, he's got a whole lot of, like, trash, so should make light work of him. So, let's go into the battle. Alright, and here we are with our tier 2 on the field. Let's get going towards those Skaven bastards. Alright. I'm just going to move slowly. Our Razordons in the back, they look really cool too. They're all spiky and everything, because they shoot the quills right out of them like a porcupine. So that's always really nice. So yeah, I knew I was going to get attacked by like Plague Claw catapults and all that, but we'll get there. Yeah, let's move forward. Yeah, let's move our guys forward. Start attacking. Yeah, having that let's have these guys snipe the Plague Claws. We'll have the Razordons deal with these guys. And of course, he's going to do Deliverance of Itza whenever we can. Let's do 3. Yeah, let's just wait for them to get in line first. Yeah, those Razordons do a whole lot of damage. I tell you, they certainly do. Not as much as Deliverance of Itza, though. Let's see, is there a good blob anywhere? Is there a good blob? Yeah, there's a good blob right there. There we go. Let's get these guys in. Yeah, our missile line's getting attacked, though. Oof. Oof, man, that killed a lot of them. Oof. Gotta get him, because he's gonna kill some lizards. Okay, let's heal up these guys. We'll heal up these guys. Okay, let's get these guys in on it. Charge in, get them. That's the thing, bro. The Razordons are deadly even in melee, so like you can't really, you know, charge them up. They're still pretty good even in melee. For a tier 2 unit, they're really, really good. Because they just chomp anything up. Especially with missile fire, like that is insane how good their missile damage is. Look at that, look at that. Oh, they're gonna chew Lord Skrulk up. Yeah, he's pretty much gone. Nothing we could do. Nothing he can do for them. Alright, let's move these boyos up. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. That's alright. No, I can't really use that anymore. That's okay. It's kind of a cluster here, but I think we can navigate the cluster. I think so. Let's see if we can get Lord Croak in position to do that. I don't know how... Oh, he doesn't have to go far. Okay. And we can get a big deliverance off there. There we go. That'll do it. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. There you go. He is gone. They are gone. They are done for. Yep, there we go. 5 minutes again. Took 5 minutes, and we're just swarming them with our lizards. That's like montage worthy, man. That is like montage worthy. Swarming over the hill with our lizards, chasing after the dirty rats. That is awesome. Look at that. Look at that charge. Yep, that was a tier 2, Strat fans. I'll keep going on the campaign map, and I'll see you with the tier 3. And finally, here we are with a tier 3. We've tracked down Luther Harkon. It wasn't hard to find him, so we still have our Rite of Resilience. And as you see, we've upgraded everyone up to level 50. So Gor-Rok is really formidable now. And then we have a Skink Oracle, a Saurus Scar Veteran, and of course Lord Croak as well. So the Skink Oracle, and there's a bunch of DLC units in this army because I really can't emphasize the Lizardmen DLCs. They are really superb. The ones that are included are from the Dread Saurian ones, and the Sacred Croxagors are from the Kai's DLC with Marcus Wolfhart. The Kodal is from and the Skink Oracle are from Oxiol's DLC with him and Taurus, the Brass Bull. Those two DLCs are really good Lizardmen DLCs, so I can't emphasize them enough. Even though the Kodal doesn't really have much to offer other than being a flying support monster, it does help out a lot. And it has like an AoE effect for your units that gives them like spell resist and a lot of things like that. So it's really good to have. We have a couple Feral Carnosaurs, Stegodons, really good. The Dread Saurian. We have some Temple Guard and our Sacred Croxagors. So we're going up against a pretty shitty army from Luther Harkon, but what do you expect? It's the Pirate King. So let's go into the battle. Alright, here we are. So let's go right into the battle. Move right up onto Luther Harkon's step. So again, as you see, the Kodal is giving these guys stock, which is pretty useful. So they'll be able to be hidden for because of the Master of the Sacred Places. So gives them a little bit of stock, That way they can move while they're hidden in any terrain. So really good. And then once it comes active, the Kodal does have some abilities like the Chain Lightning and the Thunderbolt, so that does help too. When we get close to the vampires, we will launch on them. They only have one unit of artillery, but they do have a lot of missiles, and they do have a bloated corpse too. So might want to try to snipe that bloated corpse. Okay, so they're getting close. Let's fire. Actually, let's go for the mortars with these two. And the bloated corpse with this one. Okay. Yep, we're going to fire our ballista at them. Even though it's not going to do a whole lot of damage this far away, it'll still do some damage. Okay, zombie pirates. Actually, let's go against the gunnery mob first. Oh, the bloated corpse just exploded, which is good for me. Alright, these guys go against the that. That's the deck gunners. Alright. So yeah, we'll get the Kodal to do some damage against these guys. In fact, yeah, let's do that one. That. The chain lightning will do some damage. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Then the thunderbolt on the cannonades. Because our Dread Saurian is eating the bullet currently because of that. Yep. That's because they're able to fire. Shouldn't be able to fire. Where's Gor-Rok? Get in there. Get in there. So I'm going to cast Endora on that. Cast over heal on this. Deliverance of Itza. Yeah, they're starting to crumble. And that's going to cause them to crumble even more. And save our Dread Saurian. There we go, boom. Let's do the comet again. These are bound too for the Kodal, and I think the Skink Oracle too. He almost rampaged, but we were able to keep him from doing that. Oh, where's our Kodal? Get these guys, these dick gunners. See what I mean? Some of our monsters are just sitting there doing nothing. Well, there we go. That's all that she wrote for them. So, I hope you guys enjoyed these ones, and I'll meet you guys back in the campaign screen. Let's wrap this up. Well, crikey, I was Gor-Rok the Great White Lizard there. Alright, Steve's gone. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I enjoyed making it, and I really want to emphasize how much I love Gor-Rok. He is such a good character for the Lizardmen. And he can be such a beast of such a tank that you can literally, if you build him really well, you can send him in to just do most of the damage, and then your army could follow. He is a beast of a unit, and he's really cool. His lore is really cool, and I love the way they depict him in the game. And so that's pretty much all I have to say about him. And so he's free for Warhammer 3. Well, I think you have to own Warhammer 2, but I'm not sure. But he is free. He's a free LC character, so I urge you guys all to try him out. He's really, really fun, as you've seen, and he has an insane amount of kit. Even though he doesn't have any mounts or any magic, he's just so formidable with his buffs that he can outdo anything. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Remember, as always, to leave a like down below, maybe a comment. Maybe sub to the channel. Tell me how I'm doing. And as always, remember to keep it strategic, Strat fans. Colonel out.